Have you ever seen a video where a person is talking about a political topic, and they are quite negative but they are able to dive deep into the topic? This person may appear to be intelligent. Pessimists often come across as more insightful or intelligent. One reason is that humans are naturally drawn to negative information, which is a phenomenon known as negativity bias. This bias is rooted in our evolutionary history. Early humans who were more aware of threats, like predators or natural disasters, had a higher chance of survival. This relates to the smoke detector principle. This is where a smoke alarm goes off at the slightest hint of smoke. It might be annoying, but it's better to have false alarms than to miss a real fire, right? That's how some of our brains operate when it comes to threats. We prefer overreacting to potential dangers rather than underreacting. This makes people be more aware and also more cautious of potential dangers, and obviously this doesn't apply to everyone. This makes pessimists appear more perceptive because they go deep into topics which are negative, and they are cautious of potential threats. So let's say someone who is pessimistic reads the news, they are more aware of a potential threat, and are more cautious and so are more prepared. They are able to expand on why they feel this way. In social situations, trusting the wrong person could lead to betrayal or harm, whereas being overly cautious might simply mean missing out on an opportunity. Over time, this bias toward skepticism became ingrained in our psychology. But while pessimism might make someone seem smarter in the short term, it's not always a winning strategy in the long run. Research shows that these individuals tend to earn less and struggle with cooperation. Why? Because constant negativity can push people away and limit opportunities. On the other hand, optimism is linked to competence and resilience, and optimists are more likely to recognize societal progress, take calculated risks, and build strong relationships. The media amplifies pessimism because bad news sells. People are more likely to click on stories about disasters, scandals, and crises, which creates a distorted view of the world. In reality, most global statistics are looking upward, such as life expectancy, education, and poverty reduction, are improving. However, these positive developments rarely make the headlines. Platforms like Twitter and Instagram fuel doom scrolling, where people endlessly consume negative news and opinions. This reinforces our negativity bias, making the world seem worse than it really is. Pessimists thrive in this environment because their warnings and criticisms feel urgent and relevant. However, this constant focus on the negative can harm our mental health and skew our perception of reality. Instead of looking at things from a pessimistic viewpoint, try and look at things critically. Simply challenging and questioning things that have been said is useful. You are then able to look at things from good and bad perspectives. For example, you may have played a match or a game in sports, whether it was in school or for your club. You may feel like you performed terribly, but actually when you look at it from a different perspective, if you were trying to be optimistic, you would see that you had some good moments and you helped your team. However, you can also look at the things you didn't do as well. This is looking at things from a more positively critical view. When looking at the news, it may be hard to turn away from negativity. And honestly, sometimes there isn't much you can do. Wars are not under your control, for example. Look at what you can control, though. If there is something very negative happening in your country politically, for example, what can you do about it? Raise the issue, spread it, take action. Look at the things you can control, and looking at things from both points of view is important. It makes you open-minded. Instead of getting swept up in crisis headlines, look at the bigger picture question, negative narratives too. When someone makes a prediction, ask yourself, is this based on evidence, or is it playing into my natural negativity bias? Simple practices can help you get out of pessimism. Studies show that focusing on the good in your life improves mental health and resilience. This doesn't mean ignoring reality, it means seeing the full picture, not just the worst parts. Pessimism may make someone sound intelligent in the moment, but it's not necessarily a sign of superior insight. It's a reflection of our evolutionary wiring and how our brains process information. By understanding this, we can make more balanced judgments and resist the illusion that negativity always equals wisdom. The world isn't as bad as it sometimes seems, and optimism isn't naive. It's a powerful tool for building a better future.